Alright, so we're going to do some T-bone steaks on the stove. So when I cook my steaks on the stove, I always like to trim off any excess fat because that's going to sit in the pan there. So we're going to cut off any excess fat we don't want in the pan and give them a nice trim. And steaks, got to have onions. Right? So what we can do is we're going to peel the onion. Then we're going to give it a slice here. And what I'm going to do is give a nice fine dice to this onion. So the nice way to dice an onion is you kind of make a few vertical slices, right through. Make sure you don't cut your finger. And then we're going to make a few horizontal slices. And then what we're going to do is just give it a quick chop. Alright, so now we hold it nicely, your knuckles out, tips your fingers in, and just give it a nice chop. And we get a nice fine dice on the onion. Alright, so this is going to break down nice and marinate. So in the bowl here I got thick balsamic vinegar. Alright, I'm going to put in some chili powder. And so this is some dry herbs. It's basil and just a mixture of Italian herbs. I'm going to put those diced onions in there, a little bit of olive oil we're going to put in there, and a quick shot of barbecue sauce. Alright, so now we marinate the steaks in here. We're going to marinate them for about an hour. And get them all nicely covered in the marinade. Alright, an hour has passed. We're going to start cooking. Pan nice and hot, water beef, steaks go into the pan. Alright, one on one side, one on the other. Alright, just over a medium heat here. Pan's nice and hot, right? Flip it over. Now you don't want to keep flipping those steaks. So you're going to flip them once and flip them once. Alright, that's how we're going to do it. A little bit of over caramelization at the bottom of the pan. A little bit of the sauce starting to burn a little bit there, but that's not a problem. We'll show you how to clean that up in a sec. And there we go, T-bone steak with our ginger vegetables and rice. Alright, now it's all great cooking. Comes great cleaning. So now that's some of the balsamic vinegar and the barbecue sauce that burned into the pan. Okay, so what we're going to do here is put a little bit of water into the pot, put it back on the stove and bring it to a boil. Once it starts to boil here, we're going to let it boil rapidly. And then what we're going to do is I'm going to dump the water out, put a bit of water back in the pan just to cool the pan down because the pan's smoking hot. Right, it still looks like it's all burnt and charred in there, and other pots you probably look at it and go, oh, I don't want to deal with that. But with dinner for two, that's not the way it is. So we get a bit of water in there and just give it a quick scrub. Comes out nice and easy, right? And if it was anything harder than that, I hate scraping dishes, so I probably would have used a bit of Cameo after that if it needs it. Have a look there, any spots. I mean, I could sit here and scrub them all out, but who wants to do that, right? So a little bit of Cameo, right? A few drops of Cameo, or Barkeeper's Helper does it. Baking soda can work. Just scrub around the pan, and that stuff just comes all right out of it, right? So it's about a minute and a half of scrubbing here, and it looks brand spanking good. That's how we like to do it. Okay, so quick clean of the pan. All right, so just a quick rinse, and that's it. The right tools do the right job. Enjoy.